Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The Treasurer to the Vatican has appeared for the first time before a Melbourne court to face historical sexual offence charges involving multiple complainants. He's to plead not guilty to all of them. 76-year-old Cardinal Pell, who is the third highest-ranking official in the Catholic Church, returned to Australia earlier this month after being granted a leave of absence from the Vatican to fight the accusations. Details of the charges have not been revealed. A warning, there are flashing images in this report from our Asia correspondent, Jonathan Miller.
Come on, guys, keep moving. Keep moving back. Move.
As media feeding frenzies go, it was an undignified cluster for Cardinal Pell. But as the second highest ranking Vatican official after the Pope himself, the interest was understandably intense. When he'd said he was looking forward to his day in court, he probably hadn't envisaged this. Melbourne police protecting the prelate as he entered what was just a preliminary hearing. It was last 6 minutes, and Pell didn't say a word. He faces still unspecified charges relating to multiple historical sexual abuse offences.
George, I plead with you. I want you to have a fair trial, but we want the truth, the whole truth, George Pell, and nothing but the truth.
Ordained 51 years ago, Pell served as a priest in his hometown of Ballarat for a decade. 5 priests from this parish have been convicted of sexual offences, one guilty of abusing more than 50 children. In the church school here, of 33 boys in one class alone, 12 committed suicide. As George Pell climbed the clerical ladder, first as Bishop of Melbourne, then Sydney, he was dogged by allegations that he turned a blind eye, or worse, was complicit in covering up allegations of abuse.
I repeat that the allegations are lies and that I am determined to refute them.
In 2003, Pell was made a cardinal and a decade later appointed Vatican Treasurer in Rome. As the controversy persisted, he appeared increasingly contrite over what he called a culture of silence in the church that led to a cover-up of child abuse by the clergy. Last year, he said he was too unwell to return home to testify at a Royal Commission of Inquiry, so he appeared by video.
With the experience of 40 years later, certainly I would agree that I should have done more.
Now he's home, and his lawyer said today the Cardinal would plead not guilty to all charges. George Pell will next appear in court at the beginning of October.
Jonathan Miller reporting.